I know wealthy people, they own 16 estates on the Eastern Shore, and they live in 2 of them. Like, why do they buy them? They land banking. What does that mean? Well, the guy makes a lot of money every year, and he doesn't want to put it in a savings account, so he goes and he just buys a cool piece of property, and he buys another one. Well, okay, it sounds good, but here's the problem. The guy buys up the beautiful pieces of property, and so you can't afford it.
Right.
And if the rich guy wasn't buying up all the beautiful houses, they would cost half as much. And you could live in a beautiful house. So here's what happens. Some rich dude has 27 houses that are empty. You don't have a beautiful house. You have a family. Your kids, your dog could use the beautiful house. The rich dude doesn't even want the house. He just wants a long-term capital preservation strategy. Right? And so that's a perverse incentive and a distorted economy. That's broken. That's broken money. That's because the rich dude is using an estate on the Eastern Shore of Maryland as a piggy bank.
Yep.
Huh? But the estate doesn't get renovated. The house is falling down. There's a beautiful pool on the water, and you could have a great family picnic there every Sunday, but it's not going to happen because the rich dude has 16 other houses. He just bought that house because he thought it was a good investment. Okay, that's wrong.
Welcome back to the channel. Aaron here from Bitcoin Bros. That was Saylor in that clip right there. And we're going to be getting into some Bitcoin news, strategy news, and also debunking some strategy FUD that we've been seeing here over the past couple of days. And I have a clip at the end, so make sure stay tuned for all of that. And you can see right now the strategy price is at 262. 3-month return is down around 21%. Potential buy the dip opportunity over the past year, we're still up 73%. And you can see we have Strike here at around $82, Strife at around $88. And these are the current strategy preferred yields right now for Strike and Strife. You're getting 9.64% at $82 for Strike. And at Strife, you're getting 11.33% at $88. So these are 2 offerings that could grow substantially in the future and help MicroStrategy raise more money to be able to then go buy more Bitcoin. We talked about this in some of our previous videos, but these 2 offerings could be absolutely huge. And here is a post from Jeff Walton that I wanted to share with you guys. He says 99% of people are underestimating Strategy's financial strength. With Bitcoin around 79,000, MSTR holds around 33.5 billion in net assets minus the debt. That's a lot of money. Most people can't comprehend $1 billion, let alone 33 billion. 1 billion is 1,000 millions. 33 billion is 33,000 millions. So here's some perspective. 33 billion in assets alone be ranked the 255th largest U.S. company, sitting between companies such as Hershey, Kraft, Robinhood, Block, and Prudential Life. 2x the size of Reddit, 3x the size of GameStop, 5x the size of MGM Resorts. It would also represent the 4th largest reinsurance entity on the planet, behind Lloyd's of London. Financial strength allows for strong trading relationships, trust, and more confidence in the underwriting of future debt transactions. Many people have also expressed concern about MSTR's ability to pay the $150 million annual interest payment on their current preferred offerings. However, fail to recognize the scale of the interest obligation is a pittance compared to the balance sheet's net assets. $150 million relative to $330,000 million of unencumbered financial strength is around 0.04%. MicroStrategy's financial strength allows for ultimate financial flexibility and future debt-based trading relationships. Looking into the future at the Bitcoin price of $180,000, MSTR will have more unencumbered net capital than the largest publicly traded insurance company, UNH, currently valued at around a $480 billion market cap, assuming zero additional BTC yield between now and 180,000 K per Bitcoin. So you just put it in perspective how much Bitcoin strategy actually owns here and how powerful that is for the future of strategy. And if we look at where strategy is currently ranked, right now they're rated number 127 in the top US companies ranked by market cap, fallen 13 spots today, but we know There's a lot of volatility with strategy coming in at around $71 billion market cap there. And if we look at the most actively traded stocks for today, MSTR is coming in at $2 billion there. Still in about the top 10, trading with some of the biggest companies in the world. Good to see, even though Bitcoin's price is down, the entire market's down, and strategy is still having a lot of trading volume, just showing that people are still interested in trading strategy. And then getting into some Bitcoin news here, we can see the Bitcoin ETF's daily total net inflow. We've been seeing a lot of red over the past week or so. We had a big green day on April 2nd, but basically since the tariffs, we've been seeing some pretty big outflows, but it's actually really interesting here. We haven't seen massive outflows like I would have expected due to the tariffs. We're still seeing some pretty big outflows, but not that big as compared to how bad the traditional market's getting hit right now. So this, to me, isn't that bad. And then we have Smash by Saturday. They bought 3.01 Bitcoin last week. This is a community over on Twitter. Make sure to check them out. Smash by Saturday. You can join. Basically, members just join and post their Bitcoin buys every Saturday. And these are just retail investors, everyday people like you and me. So make sure to check that out. And then looking at this chart here, this is a chart we've been looking at for quite some time now. This is a global M2 offset by 108 days. This is something that was created by Colin of Crypto. But if this plays out like how we're expecting this to play out, and we get that May blast off for Bitcoin where it's going to just go parabolic in the month of June, we're going to have a massive rally. I mean, this is going to be a huge rally up to 130K if Bitcoin does the same thing that we've seen in the past when it comes to the M2 money supply. And we're just going to have massive gains here over the next couple months, basically from May going into August. So we could have a massive bull run playing out here if this does play out like it has in the past. And I did want to talk a little bit about some FUD that was going on over on Twitter from Magoo. He says, he's talking about the MSTR AK filing. We may be required to sell Bitcoin to satisfy our financial obligations, and we may be required to make such sales at prices below our cost basis or that are otherwise unfavorable. Basically what happened here is MicroStrategy, they came out in their financials, they showed a $6 billion loss, and now there's a lot of FUD going around. This is brought up in every single 8K filing. The reason why is they have to be very transparent about what they're doing in their operations. Lawyers are looking at this stuff. So this has been in every single filing from Strategy since they have been buying Bitcoin. So this is just FUD. This is not something new that was added because the price of Bitcoin has come down a little bit. So that is just FUD. Wouldn't pay too much attention to it. And one thing to also keep note of, as prices continue to fall, if we do continue to see prices continue to fall, especially Bitcoin, MSTR, there's going to be more FUD coming out on Twitter, in the news. So you kind of want to just not pay attention to that and continue to buy the dip. That is what we're doing. Obviously, that is not financial advice. Nothing we say is financial advice, but that's all I had for today's video. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. My name is Aaron from Bitcoin Bros. I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one. I got this clip to play for you guys, so let's go ahead and check it out here.
It's valued. And I think if people understand, generally speaking, this is really, really good for the future of U.S. dominance financially around the world, then we'll get to a point of consensus. And I think we're getting there. I think certainly this industry, the Digital Chamber I was a member of 11 years ago, where we took a totally different small group of people and now are a pretty powerful force in Washington, D.C. I think we got to celebrate that too, that's happened in a very short period of time. So it's exciting times. I'm going to lay out the gauntlet. Let's get this done by August, recess. What do you think? We'll get it done? Market structure, Genius Act, SPR done by August, right? What do you guys think?